So easy.
You said that, not me, just for clarification.
It looks like it's up.
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah.
I can use my mom voice when I need to.
What's that?
You want to go?
Yep. Good evening and welcome to the Select Board Joint Budget Meeting. Joining us tonight for our session is the Budget Committee. This meeting is being held by the Select Board to review and finalize remaining items for the town budget for fiscal year 2024. Before we begin, I'd like to start off addressing some general housekeeping. This is not a regular Select Board meeting, nor is it a public hearing. This meeting is open to the public and is being recorded live. However, we will not be taking public comment. We ask that audience members be respectful and keep all side conversations outside of this meeting. Any individuals being continuously disrupted may be asked to leave. The Select Board has completed the budget for the fiscal year 24. During this meeting, we will be finalizing the budget with the Budget Committee and hear their recommendations. Thank you all for attending tonight's meeting. The board will begin.
Jeanette?
Okay, so I handed you guys a new salaries and benefits worksheet that the Budget Committee just reviewed. The only change I made in here was the one that you guys discussed with me regarding the registrar going up to $6,000. So there is a difference of $1,020 in the salaries and $78 in the benefits. And that's all
So
I
is
have.
that, Jeanette, just to clarify, is that what creates the 668,247 and the 266,347 numbers for those line items?
Correct.
Okay.
We have those.
Oh, I feel like I just got run over by a bus.
Were you all here for the Budget Committee vote? I didn't.
I was, yes.
Okay, so the salaries were voted 3-2, and the benefits were voted 3-2.
And they voted by merging the positions in with the town manager. Was that the vote?
Correct.
I was one of the two, Dave.
Same for the budget, same for the benefits?
Correct.
Correct.
Can I speak there, Mr. Chairman?
Please go ahead.
Well, I'm not in favor of this proposal to merge the positions or streamline for a budget cut. I feel we should fully fund both positions in question. The work has been done, able to explain the elimination of these positions and the funds that it would save. This can be presented at the town meeting. This is a job well done by all. The making this hard decision for the benefit of the taxpayer, it should be commended. However, I think I'd like to defer to the voters to see if they want to spend the extra money.
Any other comments?
Well, since nobody else is going to say anything, I'll start. I've been listening and following, and we've all worked hours and hours and hours on these budgets. And I remember my first year being here as a junior selectman and getting beat up by townspeople in the back of the room saying that they were on fixed income. It was our responsibility to make sure that our taxes are as low as they possibly can be. And we had several meetings they came in here on us. So I learned from that particular meeting of what my responsibilities are supposed to be. And when we looked at this was based on fiscal responsibility. And that's why I had supported the lower number. Just looking at it, because Dave was right. I don't say that very often.
Me either.
When we were put things out to bid, and the plowing contract is a perfect one. I don't think we only had one bid, right? And it was up 24%. And he said it was the first time in 15 years he had done that. So we've all faced these increase in everything that we do. It's even hard to go out to dinner now without spending $100. So.
Sorry. I spent 3 the other day.
Oh, okay. I mean, I go to the.
I'm like, I'll take that bill.
So I am looking at it strictly from a being fiscally responsible, having listened to, even you, Vicky, you in the past have wanted to flatline salaries.
I understand.
And so it's just taken in, and you've been on this side of the table.
Been on all the sides.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing.
I don't envy this decision-making whatsoever, and my opinion does not reflect. I'm not discounting any of the work you guys have put in, because I know what it's like.
Mhm.
And so I made my case and
Yep.
I failed. So evidently I didn't make a good enough case. But I'll keep trying, because next year I'll be over there making the budget with y'all. So let's do that. Let's cut it down.
We'll cut it down, okay?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
That's
So I don't mind chiming in, because I think one of the things that frustrated me most when I was not in this seat was sitting in that seat and not hearing from the people in these seats what they were thinking, because it is our job to represent the people of Lyman. So I put together some thoughts of sort of where I'm coming from, because I do better reading than going on the fly. So as a member of the select board, I hold a responsibility to the people of the town of Lyman. I was elected by the people to represent them, and because of that, I'd like to share some of the facts that played into this budget proposal for me specifically. In November of 2020, the people of Lyman voted to change the town clerk position from elected to appointed. The town clerk was in an elected term at the time, so the change would become effective at the end of the elected term in 2023. In November of 22, the people of Lyman voted to approve a new town charter that included a town manager model of government and left the town clerk position appointed. The people spoke clearly in 2020 and again in 2022 in regard to elected versus appointed positions. In doing so, the people of Lyman gave up their right to say who holds the town clerk position. The current town clerk is not an employee of the town of Lyman. Instead, an elected official's term is coming to an end. This has been known and was also reiterated in 2022 and again in 2020 and again in 2022. In listening to the will of the people, certain items that are regularly discussed at annual town meeting were taken into consideration during this budget process. South Waterboro Road Reserve Account, general roads budget, and having accurate salary study data to base salaries on were all things that we worked on for this proposed budget. Unfortunately, and we've already talked about this, there's also items out of our control, like increases in contract costs and the increase in the RSU 57 budget. Lastly, I feel obligated to mention that as select board members, we're also assigned as overseers of the poor. We must be mindful and represent all of the people of the town, including those that don't show up at meetings because they have to work, those that already struggle with making ends meet, and those who are right on the edge of being put into a bad situation. I think about the emails I get as a parent from the elementary school looking for wish list items of clothing or snacks. And I think about the people who have been referred to general assistance. We have to look out for all of our neighbors and do our due diligence to make the impact less harmful to those already struggling. There's no perfect answer to this, but I do feel comfortable standing behind the model that we proposed.
Welcome home, Rusty.
Thanks. Wow. Well put. Right. That was well put. You need to
Make a motion.
motion to.
I make a motion that we approve salaries at $668,247.
Second.
Any discussion? Dave?
Well, to be clear, I do not believe that any board member or budget committee member or any town employee has anything but the best interest of the town and the town budget in mind.
Thank you for saying that, David. Thank you.
Thank you.
All in favor? Dave?
Nay. Nay.
All right. Review benefits, yep.
I make a motion that we approve benefits at $266,347.
My second.
Any discussion? Dave, you all set?
Not yet.
He's reviewing something,
Okay.
assuming. Are you looking at things?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, can you make that motion again?
So the motion was to approve benefits at $266,347.
Tom
It's the
sec-
benefits amount that coincides with the salaries.
Yep.
Yep.
Tom seconded it.
I'm all set.
Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Nay.
Okay, so I think you're done with the budget committee if they want to go, or they can stay, or whatever they want to do. You have 3 more pieces to do. Yeah.
See that one coming.
So I handed you fund balance and excise tax history, because you need to decide how much money out of fund balance you're going to put towards the budget and how much excise you're going to put towards the budget. And we also need to figure out how much overlay you're going to put in your article. So I walked you through the fund balance before and the breakdown of the fund balance, and what we're gonna have to pay out in the 3 months between July, August, and September.
Mhm.
So the difference comes to 914,000. I'm looking at 870, which is what we did last year as well. We can add 10 more thousand if you want, but I wanna be careful not to, what do you call it? Create peaks and valleys by throwing too much at it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Mhm.
Sure.
So tell me what you're thinking there.
I'd move we take the treasurer's recommendation.
Yeah, I mean,
I do too.
Which is 870.
870,000, yes,
Is that a
Is that a
motion?
motion?
yes. A
discussion.
movement is a motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Did you get that, Dave?
Yeah.
All right. All in favor? You with us, Dave?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, so I gave you the excise tax history. I know some friends of mine are in the car business, and they're telling me it's really, really slow right now. So, I laid out the last 10 years of excise. And if you look at 2021, it was at 628,000. Wait a minute.
Yep.
Nope, that was the difference.
Difference, yep.
So it was at 1.3 million. In 2023, it went down to 1.2 million. And currently, as of March 31st, we're at 955,000. So last year we did 800,000. We're gonna have to keep an eye on it to make sure if that's the number that we go to. But I think we're okay with that for now. Or another number.
Anybody any thoughts?
Maybe I should stretch that one just a little bit.
So I just want to make sure I'm understanding this. The 955, 515, and 39 cents is without April, May, and June, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
We haven't gotten to the end of April yet. And yeah.
Do we need to have people buy more cars?
Huh?
Need to get people to go out and buy more cars?
No, the number that I don't have, yeah, I would like that. Except for me, I just bought one. So,
Oh, okay. So
the number that we really don't have until like 2 weeks into the next month are the ones that are being paid on Raptor renewal.
Gotcha. So based on historical spend there, it looks like the lowest number in April was in 2020, COVID, right? April of 2020. So
yeah.
I don't know what people are thinking. I'd feel comfortable adding 50 onto that.
Jeanette, what is our 3 months cost that we hold? What does that total?
2,619,000. You have the paper that I gave you?
Yeah.
In tonight's thing? Yeah, it listed out.
I'm okay with the 800 if you do the math. It looks like they're pretty close to the same.
I just want to be mindful that we hear this at town meeting every year as well, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
So I don't want
to. Yep,
I want to listen.
100%.
I think we could go 850, Jess, and we'll just keep a really good eye on it. If things start to plummet, whatever you guys are thinking.
I believe that at past town meetings, the frustration came from these numbers not being discussed or known at the time, like how much you're gonna use from here, how much you're gonna use from there. Well,
We're not
you know,
sure.
and
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Right.
think that's where the frustration came from, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is the money generated by everyone registering their vehicles, and it stays with the municipality, so
And it
I say
offsets.
use it.
850?
What it's for.
850?
I think that number is still attainable.
I make a motion that we proceed with excise tax in the amount of 850,000.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Nice.
And the last but not least is the overlay amount. You guys, when you calculate the overlay, we can't get it exact. So, because of all the formulas that go with it. So you did 50,000 last year. We tried to get it as close as we could to that number. If you could go 55, that would help us a lot to be able to obtain that. So your thoughts on that?
Okay.
I go with the treasurer's recommendations.
Was that a motion?
Yeah, is that a motion?
It must have been a motion.
That must have been a motion.
I'll second that.
All right. Any discussion?
Just to clarify, that's 55,000 for the overlay.
Yes.
Yes, 55, yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Who's second?
I did.
Okay, that's all I have for you guys. We should be rocking and rolling. All the money on it.
Make a motion, we adjourn?
Rusty?
Just have a question. Since
This
this
is
is the
combined.
decision that's been made by two boards, we're eliminating the elected position. It's not gonna be appointed to, till later, but in the chance, in the most likely scenario that our town clerk is not our town clerk anymore, and she has served us faithfully for many years, how do we say thank you? I think we should somehow honor her in some way because she's been honoring us with her service for this long. She's been a good town clerk. She's done a good job.
Mhm.
Are you referring to a severance package?
Something.
Okay.
You would be setting a standard to do a severance package, for elected. You can do what you want, but I just want
No,
to
no,
just
no,
caution
that's-
the
that's-
standard.
Just putting the idea out. I don't know what that consists of,
Mhm.
but I feel
I
like
know.
you just, see you later, you're out.
I'm not out.
No, I'm saying, if we say that, it's like, it's kind of,
Oh.
just seems cold, like, you.
We're not there.
That's
That's
absolutely
all.
not
That's what-
my.
I understand that, but that's what I'm saying. It just seems cold to not say or do something.
Correct.
It doesn't
Correct.
have to be anything huge monetarily, but a thank you or, I don't know. I don't know.
I hear you.
Yep.
But I knew that if we adjourned right now and everything was gone, where everybody's gone, well,
When do you discuss it?
that's it.
I
Just
hear you.
something to think about or do or.
I got a feeling it might come up at the town meeting.
That's good.
Maybe.
Thank you.
What does the board think of picking up some health benefits for a short period of time?
I don't think this is.
The town
You're
said it.
talking,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
is
Is-
this the place to discuss that? No,
I don't
this
think
is a
so.
personnel issue.
However, the town did set a precedent in this direction with an elected official in the past. A former road commissioner was, in lieu of a stipend, paid with health insurance benefits.
Mhm.
It's good to know.
While,
Thank you.
But
while
he
he
was still
was,
the road commissioner.
while he was in the elected position.
Correct, while he was. the
You
road-
could still, apply that. I don't know how it works, but, why, I thought that sounded like a good
Wordy.
idea.
Do I have a second on the adjourn?
I'm sorry.
I had made a motion, but that was it. It never went anywhere.
Second, adjourn,
I'll second that.
all in favor? Aye.
I think so. Did I do it right?
You
did.
Might just-
Awesome. Oh, I just closed it.